That didn't sound comfortable.
Hey.
Called you. That didn't sound right.
Hey. Oh, sorry.
That ruled.
Hey, Spiffy.
From the Lexus dealers.
Hey.
Oh, hey. Now you got the hey. Hey.
Hey.
Danny was just commenting on that Gavin.
DeGraw.
Yeah, I just got the CD.
He so needs to change his name.
I know. See, that's the thing with him. And I have that CD now. I just got it from Chris Paddock. Awesome.
At first, for a moment, I thought it was the Black Crowes
No.
when I first heard it.
He did our Star Lounge. It was awesome. And he's the guy that I had Jack play the song from the Star Lounge, Let's Get It On.
I remember.
Yeah, that's it. What?
I just read your shirt.
You love this?
What's your shirt say?
Dirtbag.
Very nice.
Actually, it's pretty cool because I was in Beverly Hills yesterday, and this girl came up to me, one of Alina's friends, and she's like, these are new shirts, and we're bringing them to some of the boutiques in Beverly Hills or whatever. We haven't brought them down yet. We're from San Francisco. Would you like a couple?
That's cool.
That is cool.
I thought, it's really cute, but I don't know if my sister would let the kids have it. That's what I was going with, so I kept it.
I think the kids would dig it.
Yeah, well, I didn't offer them.
Right.
I came in and I told Jack, I said, oh my God, it's like Friday.
I played Asteroids last night on something I was supposed to give to the kids.
And he said, no, it's not Friday. And I said, yes, it is. And he said, it's Wednesday. I said, oh, it's because they're leaving. It feels like Friday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we played that game last night, too.
That Asteroids thing?
Well, ours was Pac-Man.
Did you also have, it's got a lot of games in it.
Oh, we were it was 1 a.m.
Jeez.
It was 1 a.m. and
Yeah.
Aunt Jamie can't like you stay up.
Be
late
flicking
longer.
through games.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all play one game of Pac-Man, then Aunt Jamie's got to go to bed. It's 1 a.m.
But it does, in fact, or at least one of them, has Pong.
I'm so sucky at that game.
I know, but it's a game we can relate to.
Oh, what? Yeah, you know what Cameron said?
What?
Aunt Jamie, these are the games that you and Mommy used to play when you were, well, you didn't call her Mommy. Mom used to play when you were young. These old games. You can't even play them because the graphics aren't good enough and they're slow.
Yeah.
Hey, when I was a kid, we carved our own games out of stone.
And you know what's really funny? He didn't get the concept. I mean, and he's a smart kid.
Right.
He didn't get the concept that you eat the little yellow dot and then everybody turns blue. And then, like, my sister was going crazy because, you kind of save the dots.
Yeah, you got a little time to get them while they're blue.
Right,
Oh, they're blinking.
I mean, you got to save some of the dots. You
Yeah.
don't just... Kid went for all the dots right away. Could
Not
have
smart.
killed him.
Not a smart kid. You got to wait till they're near you.
So you should have seen this 35-year-old and this 39-year-old screaming at this kid, "You're eating the dots too soon, damn it."
Wait!
Yeah, exactly. Save them in the corner. And then go back for it, back for
Right.
it. And like you kind of jiggle it to get all the men to come down over by you. And then you eat it and then you go after them.
But then that last bastard turns back to yellow or whatever color just as you eat them.
I know. Oh, I tell you.
Pac-Man.
And then unfortunately, things remind you of things. And I'd bought Builder Bob a full scale one. And I thought,
Full scale what?
Pac-Man.
Oh, that's right. You bought
Yeah.
him a home unit.
The whole home unit with the old school case.
With the big old joystick with the
Yeah.
red knob.
Kind of made me feel all cheapened when we're sitting there in front of TV with a little old Atari joystick.
Not even. It's the games are built into the stick.
Yeah, how cool is that?
It's so cool.
No, yes, my darling. I saw you like leaning over. Oh, you're
No,
just
I
falling
said
over?
nothing. I'm just watching. I'm wondering if the Pac-Man is next to the Holy Roller Cannondale.
No,
He
garage.
just collects stuff. Turns out he's a gigolo for toys.
no kidding. That's because he also has a tag on his arm, and I'm like, you get some good gifts from the bitches.
Who gave him the tag?
I don't remember.
So he's got a tag watch. What's that, like $800?
Yeah.
Yeah, or more.
Or
depending
more?
on
A
whatever.
tag, a Pac-Man, and a Cannondale. And those are going to be up to like $2,000, right?
Yeah, and all of us were like 3 months each.
He's not that cute. He's
Yeah.
cute, but he's not that cute.
Aw. Oh, well. Anyway, we were all stupid. But here's the other thing. It's really weird how, because I only dated him a few months, but it's weird how you forget about people.
Mm-hmm.
My sister said to me, whatever happened to Hot Carl? No, that's not what she said. Highlight Harry.
God, I can't keep track of those guys.
Well, there was no Hot Carl.
Yes, there was.
Well, but that's different. And she said, whatever happened to Highlight Harry? And I could not remember who Highlight Harry was. I was like, oh, Highlight Harry. She goes, yeah, remember we all went out to dinner together? She goes, I really liked him, and you were hanging out with him a couple months, and then he just went away.
God, I don't remember Highlight Harry at all.
It was kind of scary, I
All
have
right,
to admit.
Off the top of my head, there's your husband,
Uh,
FP,
Right.
Jason, Builder Bob.
and then this,
Ferrari Freddy.
No, there was no Pretty Boy Mike. There was no Ferrari
There was
Freddy.
Ferrari Freddy?
Those- No, I know they existed, but they're not the people who count.
well, there was one date with Ferrari.
Oh.
right.
Yeah,
See what I
but-
mean? That's what I mean.
Pretty Boy, Crying Boy Mike was around for a few months.
Oh, the SS Michael.
Yeah.
Do you count him
Yeah, I do.
in the same group as FP and Builder Bob?
No.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
There
I
was
meant-
no love there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, then we can't include, what's the last guy? The
Yeah, no.
Killing
Pas-
Time guy.
By his name alone, you should realize you can't count him.
Well, are we counting the people I said I
Loved.
love to?
Yeah, the
Oh.
people that you actually really miss or did really
Well,
miss.
miss is strong.
Yeah, you know what I mean, though.
No, that I said I love to, I think.
Like for me, I mean, and I've been a whore. There's like Lori, Vicky, Vanessa, my wife, and maybe a couple of others. That's who I meant when I said there's, like those 4 guys.
Yeah. Well, who's the fourth one?
What? Let's see. Your husband.
Yeah.
FP.
Right.
Jason.
Yeah.
Builder Bob.
Okay. That's it.
That's it. 4
yeah.
guys.
Yeah. And the Killing Time guy was just,
Yeah, that's just something to do. That doesn't count.
yeah, that was just to get my groove on.
Yeah, right on.
Because, I called
I
my,
might like that guy best.
because I called my girlfriend, 3 weeks ago, something like that, whenever it was. And I was like, I did it. I did it. Remember that movie?
Yeah.
That's Under the Tuscan Sun? So I'm like, I knew it. I knew it. Because I just wanted to make sure I could still.
Do you know that I scoffed at my wife? Did you know that movie did, in fact, raise the property values in Tuscany,
Oh, I
Italy?
bet it did.
It totally did.
So did River Runs Through It of where
Like Montana or something? Yeah.
Yeah, people did all. And Bridges, Madison County. There's
Oh, no.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'd have to be pretty inspired to move to Madison County.
Where's that place with the moose?
Oh,
Fargo.
No.
What?
You mean the Alaska with the doctor?
Yeah, I think that helps out.
Northern Exposure. I don't know that anybody moved there.
I feel like they did.
I don't think you do.
Everybody like that little small town life and a big moose.
Yeah, I have Small Town Life magazine.
Oh, you do? You
I
have
do.
the magazine?
I got off the stands like the quaintest place to live in America. It's got
There's-
like 30 little tiny cities.
Small town magazine?
I don't know what it's called, but that's what it is. Yeah, it's like adorable places you can move.
Because weren't you doing spelunking today?
No, I was spelunking in the cave that was Mike.
No, I know, but you bought Spelunking Today magazine.
8.7.
Anyway, my whole point, back to, my sister asking me about Highlight Harry and all that.
I'm just getting the hang of your magazines.
I know. But I realized I just totally skipped off of it. It's weird that you can actually forget about people that you dated for several months.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that
Yes, you
weird?
can.
I totally forgot about him. I mean, obviously, I liked him enough that my sister went to dinner with him,
Right.
and I dated him for like 3 months, I think. Totally forgot all about him until my sister brought him up.
And is that a step for you to introduce them to your family?
Yeah, then that's a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Me too.
it's a whole thing.
I can go years without doing it.
Yeah, and then there are, yeah, it took an FP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't hide them. I just protect the person I'm with from them.
Right. Yeah. No, so it's just, I don't know. So now think about it, because now we also are those people that people have forgotten about us, after dating us only a few months. Yes, Jack.
Right, but imagine how busy your head would be if you kept all those
Yeah.
people and all that stuff in your head. Like, you have to keep just the most current stuff going. You know what I
I
mean?
know, but it's still a little weird. I don't know
Oh,
why.
no, it's really weird. Even like people from high school. There's somebody that I went to high school with in our baby swim class.
Right?
And I don't remember her at all.
Yeah.
And she keeps, and remember this? And I don't remember her at all. I mean, I'm sure she was there. I don't think
Right.
she's lying, but
That happened to Gretchen the other day. Somebody that worked with her at Alamo Rent-A-Car in Phoenix came up, and they worked together for months, apparently. She could
remember.
not place this guy.
I mean, he and I didn't do it. But
Right.
we macked out a lot. and
Wait.
what?
You hung out with him for months?
And we never did it.
Dude, you have so many issues.
I know.
How can you be with a guy for months at an adult woman and not be sexually involved with them? What's the point?
Well,
You obviously like doing it because you call people and say, I did it.
Well, besides what happened with this Killing Time guy,
Right.
Because I don't know, like around 25, I think, I decided, you know what, this is the closest two people can be together ever, and I might really want to love them and stuff before you do that crap. Because you have to be very comfortable to have the kind of relations that I like in the sack.
I think it's just either girls versus
What?
guys.
What? What?
It just sounded like you may be extremely adventurous.
Right. Well, didn't you actually help install the swing or something?
It's just that
Yeah, I really have to. It's not like on the first day when they finally, we've had the 6 dates. Get in the swing, bitch.
No, it's just that, a lot of women have sex with men and don't have an orgasm or anything like that. I mean, the
Right.
one night stands and all that, and there's no intimacy. It's just stooping.
Right.
And I have no interest in just stoop, and so that's why the 3 months and.
Huh.
But
why
anyway,
3
go
months then?
Well, I don't know. We just dated for 3 months. I mean, it was just I never felt
Kind of another killing time guy then?
No,
Without
we
the sex?
never just you know how that person. I don't know. It was,
No, I don't know
I know
how that
you
is.
don't. I know. I just never felt like I could just be open with him. Open.
I gotcha.
So it wouldn't have mattered if you had gone out for 3 years. It's not really the amount of time; it's how you feel about
yeah,
that person.
yeah,
So-
I guess that's right.
well, no, because it is also an amount of time. There's a hard and fast rule of 6 dates.
yeah, there's that too.
Right.
There is 6 date rule.
But didn't you go on 6 dates with this guy, or did you cut it off at 5?
No, I dated him 6 times, but then still I didn't.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
but that's a minimum.
Yeah, no, it's a
but-
rule of a minimum.
It's a
Absolutely.
minimal,
When
yeah.
was the last time you actually drove 55? It's still a rule.
Yeah, it's like it's a minimal of 6 dates, but it's a thing. But going back to the whole thing is, oh my God, my sister remembered a guy I dated for 3 months, but I have no recollection.
Good enough.
And so there's all these people that we've all dated along our lives that they just
Billions.
don't know his number, don't know where he lives, don't care.
There's a small town of people I have slept with that I don't remember.
See, now that's the sad part because that's the
Not for me.
closest two people can ever be.
Not true.
How much closer can you be?
A deep and serious conversation?
I don't think so.
I think so. Because I've just had lots of recreational sex for fun.
Well, to me, it's the most intimate two people can be, and there you are. And if something slips
You know
up,
what? I think it depends on the two people. I think if you're in love, it's the closest you can be. If it's just somebody like passing time guy, you can't tell me that you've been the closest to him as you've
no,
been to
I
anybody.
said that except for this last
Right.
one. Right. Yeah, I mean, that's not what
So none of them are hard and fast rules.
Yes, it is because I didn't agree with what I did. I just, it was like 4 months. I was having a dry spell. What? Oh,
You could be close to people you were in battle with as well. 'Cause
Right.
I've met guys who went to war together and are
Yeah,
like really
that's true.
Right.
That's
There's
true.
no atheists in foxholes.
Well, yeah, you know
I
what?
forget who
Maybe
said that, but
when
that was
somebody
brilliant.
saves your life and you're bleeding and stuff.
How's my life ever been saved? Trying to think.
By your wife.
What?
Sorry, folks, park's closed.
What? Is that from Wally World?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Oh my
You're
God.
quoting movies.
Well, I'll tell you why, and I'm not going to mention because they're a fine sponsor of this here radio broadcast. But there was one particular out of all the theme parks we went to, and we went a lot of them.
Right.
Went a lot of them.
I gotcha.
That. Went a lot of them. Anyway, we went to a lot of them. And there was one particular place we went, and we were in line for a ride for a long time.
Right.
And then the ride kept breaking.
Mm-hmm.
So then we ended up setting down in line.
Right.
Because we were too far in.
Yeah, you were invested.
Yeah, we'd already given up
I
an
understand.
hour and 10 minutes of our time.
And your life.
Yeah.
That you'll never get back.
Exactly. Well, then they kind of like, I don't know, they give you a little something like to make you think everything's cool.
Right.
So then you'd walk up like 6 more spaces, and then they'd make an announcement again. It's broken. So then we'd sit down again. And now we're too far in, you guys. Too
Right.
far in. Can't turn back. Finally, after 2 hours in line, 2 hours.
Oh, my God.
In line, not kidding. Not even exaggerating. Probably even making it less than it probably was. Just because I don't want to sound that ridiculous.
Right. I'm with you.
We get on the ride. It was cool, but it was short, and that was it.
Yeah.
We get out.
Rides are much like sex. You wait a long time for it, and then it's brief.
We get out. Entire park closed. It's done. It's over. The park is over.
The park closed while you waited in line?
At 8 o'clock. It closed at 8 or 9. I can't remember. But whatever it was.
Oh, that sucks butt.
Does it really?
Yes.
Yes, it does. Yes, Aunt Jamie let everyone down, Dan.
Well, I don't mean to rub salt in the wounds, but I was doing this Partridge Family thing in Orlando.
Yeah.
And we were staying on the property that is Universal Studios Tour.
Right.
And it has all the rides. It's not like this one has all the scary rides and stuff. And they just whisked us right up, rode 20 rides, rode every ride they had in like, 2 hours.
Yeah, well, we didn't. We were the commoner.
Yeah, I got whisked around.
We stood in line like the rest of you folks do, and we sat in line, and then we got. Actually, you guys are all smarter than us because if it broke, you probably would have got out of line. We actually were not the commoner. We were the stupid people.
Yeah, I wouldn't have. I won't do theme parks really. I have a real issue with standing in line once you get into the zigzag thing.
Well, Disneyland
scares
has it
me.
down best. I mean, or
Yeah.
California Adventure with the time pass.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
They give you a time to come back. That's a beautiful
That's
thing.
so smart. Well, I don't know why it took them 50 years to figure it out.
Isn't that funny?
But it's genius.
Yeah, it's great. All right, so here's the deal. When we come back, we're going to do a couple things. First of all, oh my God, there's a news anchor that's an old codger, but he's famous and a legend. And he's been arrested.
This is awesome.
It's just shameful or awesome.
Depending on how you look at it, I think it's the funniest thing I ever heard.
And we have a new intern.
Yes, we do. A new Vicky.
A new Vicky, so we will find out what we have to put in front of her Vicky.
Right.
Like, because what kind of Vickies have we had?
We've had Tall Vicky, who was
Yeah.
also Virgin Vicky.
Right.
But she got Tall Vicky. We had Crazy Asian Vicky.
Yeah, she was also Little Vicky.
Little
Yeah.
Vicky.
So we got to find out something specific about this woman.
Right, to
So
make
we
her
can give her a tag.
A blank Vicky. Because right
Right.
now she's blank Vicky.
Blank Vicky.
She might. You might want to tell the Dan.
Don't sexually harass the new intern.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, tell, you can tell me.
Because we didn't have the meeting?
Well, no.
No.
We didn't have the. Yeah, we didn't have our pre-screening process with her. Where normally we say stay away from the Dan. He's creepy. But this time we said they described her to me as the new intern is very wholesome.
Oh, that's
Good.
good to know.
That is
Always
good
give
to
us a
know.
heads up about wholesome people.
Well, yeah. This was the tip I got.
All right. So, no, I mean, really, like if you know of wholesome people and they're going to be on this show.
I don't know any.
That last Vicky was wholesome. She was just weird.
Okay,
No,
hold on.
She's got a, yeah.
That's the Vicky that described her. They're friends. That's how we ended up with
Were
her.
they in the
last
Virgin
wholesome
Club?
Vicky described her as wholesome. So this girl could be like a
Wow.
nun.
They're friends. I don't like it.
All right. Already I have issues now because the other Vicky I think is creepy. She has some weird issues. So if she's her friend, that means she accepts those issues and likes them.
But
Yeah.
you know what, though? You forget. That's an 18-year-old. I mean, who knows what they're up to
Big
anymore?
Vicky?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Big Vicky keeps dating 30-year-old men, and
Yeah, here's the thing.
her story doesn't match up right to me.
That's true.
Cheese Man, 16, right? Normal kid.
Totally
I met
normal
that kid.
kid.
I go, that's a normal kid.
Yeah,
Everything's
Cheese Man
okay.
rocks.
Tall Vicky, only 2 years older, creepy and weird.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
date men in their 30s,
Yeah, that's creepy.
but I don't have sex with them.
Right.
I just get money.
You date men in their 30s and don't have sex with them?
Yeah, but she dated the one for how many years?
2 years. So
2
from
years.
16 to 18.
Okay,
Yeah.
he's definitely creepy. He's for sure creepy.
Or maybe she can't say that she did. I don't. Who cares?
Right, because she's the gone Vicky now, right?
Well, I'm sure she's still here. They rotate.
Right.
Yeah,
She's
she's-
in Italy.
Yeah.
What's she doing in Italy?
Who knows?
Not having sex.
Right.
I doubt she's doing abroad studies.
She'll come back the new Vicky, if you know what I'm saying.
You think you're gonna go over there and do a whole crazy thing? You don't.
Didn't you do it on a balcony in Italy? So you do sometimes go over there and do crazy stuff.
But I knew the guy.
Okay.
I mean, he wasn't like a new, it was
Right.
my boyfriend at the
Right.
time that I took. It wasn't like, because everybody thinks
Actually,
you're
he
good.
was shirt and tie guy at the time.
Yeah, but I lied. He was really fancy pants.
Right. We all knew. Everybody knew.
It's not like you ran into him at the Leaning Tower or something and then took him up
Right,
to the
that's what I'm
balcony.
saying. Everybody
Right.
has this fantasy of under the Tuscan sun and all this stuff that you go to Italy and meet some. Forget it.
My last friend that went
Meet
to Italy, a
other
girl I
tourists.
know, said all the women are fat and have mustaches and all the guys are hot.
I don't know. The women are hot though.
Yeah?
Yeah, they dress quite well. Yeah.
I saw a story a few months ago, and it said women are more prone to like totally bone strangers on vacation.
I believe that.
That they go on vacation and they have this in their head, this romantic.
I'm sorry,
wanna
did I
meet
answer
a
too quickly?
Guy, and I want to hook up and have a fling, and they know they're not going to get in trouble, and no one's going to think they're a slut. And they're
Well,
never going to see him
it's
again.
absolutely true that in Europe you do things you wouldn't normally do.
See, a guy will do it here.
Yeah.
But women go out of the country and bone.
Yeah, it's like for whatever reason when you cross the whatever you cross,
The Rubicon.
you lose your guilt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly back. I think over that.
You know, since I have had the financial ability to go on vacation, I've been married. Before I was married, I had no money. So I've never been to an exotic place and done an exotic thing unless you count Hollywood.
Well, when you're tripping, as they say, or whatever they say, I'm sure you were in an exotic
I've
location.
done exotic people in unfortunate locations,
And I'm sure there were like things.
but I never went to like a cool place and had that vacation fling. That sounds bitchin'.
Doesn't happen for men.
Some are loving.
Well, the women are getting it from somebody.
They're getting it from locals. They're not getting it from other tourists. Tourists bone locals. So let's say
Right.
you go to Fiji, you bone a Fijian, not an American in Fiji.
Can you write me like an exact how this happens?
I hate to say this. I think I've got it.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think it's whoever. It's whatever. It
Oh,
doesn't
you think
matter.
it's just random as long
Yeah.
as they're not from your town or state?
Right, yeah. I think as long as you never have to see him again.
You would know more than I, being a woman. But
Yeah, but I've never done this.
no,
so-
but I'm saying, but you would have the process
I mean,
down.
I wish I could tell you that. Oh, here's how we do it.
Here's the rule book.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so far of the Jamie and Danny show, neither Jamie nor Danny have this story. Have you guys ever been on a vacation and just stooped in it?
The only time was spring break. Does that count?
I get. Where were you?
It was in Daytona Beach.
It counts. It
You
doesn't
were like,
count.
though, 18, 19 probably, right? If you were in
Ooh, I
on
was
spring
a
break.
little younger.
Or, oh!
No, I was like 17 and a half.
See? That's different, though,
But
too.
spring break is different.
But
That's like Mardi
it's the
Gras.
same. It's the same process. You're right. It's the same thought process. I'm out of town. I'm gonna get crazy.
His name was Guy and bugged me.
He was a guy.
Hey, Guy.
You're not
Guy.
even supposed to remember his name.
I do remember. See, that's the weird part, too.
Don't
going back
remember
to-
Highlight Harry or whatever his name was.
But well, I think because my guilt, because he was cleaning the pool. Next thing I know, he's in my room.
Oh.
I felt shame.
Wow, that's a porno movie plot.
You boned a Cabana boy.
Wow, you actually did. Did he deliver a pizza too? Dung, digga, dung, digga, dung, digga.
No, but then he bugged me.
It's your fault. Who really bones the pool guy?
He was the cleaner. I mean, he like had that big stick. Anyway,
I got a question.
What?
When did you have a pool?
Oh, it was on vacation.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was
I
Daytona
was not
Beach.
living
I have
there.
not been sleeping well. Oh. I thought we were back to Highlight Harry.
Yeah, my above ground.
It was in a cave. Didn't you read about it?
It's Spelunker Monthly?
No, that was Horseshoe Fancy, dumbass.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, let's meet our new intern.
I think we
Vicky.
should.
Blank Vicky, everyone.
Come on.
Come on in, Blake Vicky.
Friend of Big Vicky.
Tall Vicky.
I know, but now I want to call her Big because she's not here.
You go right here. Wholesome Vicky.
Hi, Blank Vicky.
Now, are you in fact wholesome? Is that the first thing that jumps off the page about you?
Wait, what?
That you're wholesome.
Not really.
So you're
Tracy-
a slut.
No.
Oh, that's nice.
My roommate's wholesome though.
Is your
She's
roommate
my-
Tracy?
Yes.
Oh, so we can get creepy dirt on Tracy because I don't think this
Big
is going to
Vicky,
go anywhere.
better known
Yeah.
as Big Vicky.
Right, Big Vicky.
All right.
Yeah, what's the story with her and the 30-year-old guy?
I don't know.
Do you know him?
No, I haven't met him. I've only heard about him,
He's
but
a
I've
fantasy.
never met
Oh my
him.
God,
He's not real.
pretend.
He's pretend.
I guess they hung out the other day though. I went to Venice Beach. But
I think it's
don't know.
pretend.
That's all I hear.
Doesn't your roommate know about
Right,
see?
and
or-
here's the thing too.
Well,
I
we're
have a
gonna
lot of
be
questions.
roommates.
Are you really friends, or they put you together?
No. We weren't together. We met last semester, and now we're gonna be together.
And she was the lesser of two evils, or whatever. You met her, and you're like, well, she won't steal my stuff. Because here's my theory on her: she's weird and tries to act way older than she really
No.
is, and she doesn't have
No.
any actual young friends.
well, she doesn't because she's really mature.
She tries to be.
She
mature.
tries to be
she
mature.
is.
Right.
No,
No.
she's not. I've spoken to her.
Yeah,
I have
she's
to-
she's
Well,
She's
for her
she's a
age-
child in an annoying tone of voice.
for
Right.
example,
Oh my
like
gosh.
Claudine
Yeah.
is really mature,
Mature.
for her age, but when you talk to her, she's mature.
Right.
Yeah, she's
See,
not
real
faking it.
maturity goes unnoticed, and we would never have this conversation about Claudine.
Yeah,
A person
right.
whose maturity leaps off the page is not necessarily
That's
mature.
so funny, right? Because you never question.
Right, you never even think about it. You go, huh, what a mature human being
Right.
that Claudine is.
You don't say, "Wow, she really tries."
right.
But when you look at Wholesome, she looks a lot older and she acts a lot older than she is.
She doesn't act.
I think she does.
No, she's talking
She
I
about.
just
have a
has
little
premature
sister who's
aging.
her age.
She happens to be taller and dressed like an old lady. That doesn't mean she is an old lady.
Right.
Right.
Her mannerisms and her vocabulary doesn't.
Well, yeah, she's not an old lady.
Your name is rapidly becoming the stick up for the retarded Vicky.
Right. Let's learn a little bit
Yeah,
about
let's
you.
learn something about you.
How old are you?
By the way,
I'm
Lisa Marie
20.
called wants her eyeliner back.
Oh. See, I was gonna do it, but I thought I'd come off as jealous and mean.
Oh, so I'll do it then. It's
Yeah.
cool.
That's a lot.
Yeah, you're wearing a ton of gunk.
I like it.
Cool. Good enough then.
I think it's fun putting it on.
I'm wearing silver
know?
skulls
No,
on
I
my
think
wrist.
putting
You're
on-
cool.
I think putting on makeup is fun. Yeah, that's
I like
Do you have your belly button pierced?
Yeah, how do you see?
Because you can see it.
It's just that, I mean, you have pretty eyes, and all we can, I think, it's one of those things where she has really pretty eyes, but all you see is the eyeliner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a whole raccoonish vibe to you.
I'll take it off. I'll take a little bit less off, and I'll.
This is
later,
just getting to know you. You don't have to change anything about yourself.
She's back down, Vicky.
Wow, we thought she could handle it, Vicky.
Yeah, because I've got other questions, and now I'm afraid.
Well, I know because I.
7.
Well, that's kind of weird.
What?
Well, none of us look there, but you.
What do you mean?
At the nobody knows.
You didn't notice her belly button piercing either. We were trying to notice stuff about the Vicky.
I was just staring at her eyeballs and talking to her. The Dan asked us if her nipple was in a weird place.
I pointed out her eyes. I pointed out her belly button ring, and I pointed out that it appeared, and I said it might be a crease in the shirt, but it looked like her right nipple was in the wrong spot.
And I said, I didn't notice. What'd you say, Jack?
I'm not really that interested in her as much as I am finding out more about creepy Vicky. The other one, you know?
That's
You're
what
obsessed.
your fascination is?
Yes, for some reason that girl, she creeps me out so much. I want to know why. It's like a, it's like a
She's
car
an odd
accident.
bird.
But you've been creeped out by a couple of Vickies.
There's been a few, but this one really, Short Vicky just annoyed me.
Yeah, but this one.
Right. I liked Short Vicky, but I thought she was dangerously insane.
Right.
There's just some odd people out there, Jack. You just got to accept the fact.
There's some odd people in here.
There's just some odd. Oh, I agree with that statement. There's just some very, very odd people, and here's what I think. I agree with Danny. I think that she's just making up the older gentleman.
Yeah, I think it's an imaginary friend.
Yeah. Because haven't y'all, and maybe it's just me, I don't know. I've done this. I've told my friends that I have plans, and I haven't had plans. I
Right.
just didn't want to go out. And you're like, oh, really busy. Gosh, I'm going to do this on Saturday. Just can't get together. And
I told you I was married for over 10 years. I forgot I had even said it. And we went to Asia one time, and or Bali. We stopped in Taiwan or someplace, and Gretchen goes, well, you used to live here.
Oh, yeah.
And I
remember
said,
that.
what are you talking about? She said, when we first got married, you said that you lived in Hong Kong doing kung fu movies.
Yeah.
It was something I had said to explain why I didn't work one single day for 3 years. I moved myself out of the country.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of liars, my God, it's now coming out, as you know, about Scott Peterson's girlfriend. What's her name?
Amber Frey.
Yeah.
Isn't it Fry? Frey?
I think it's Frey.
Okay, sorry. I think you're right. No, you are right. Amber Frey. It's coming out now. My God, you know what? She's going to come out as a superhero.
She is?
Yes.
He
Why?
worked her, man.
She is a total victim. I mean, at first, I don't know what'd you think of her when she first came out with the I had an affair with Scott Peterson?
I thought she was a press hounding, spotlight searching hose bag.
Right, and you thought she was kind of a whore, right?
Yes, of course.
And then there was lingerie pictures of her, so you went whore. There were pictures of her in front of the Christmas tree. You thought, how dare
Christmas
you?
whore.
Yeah, I thought ho, ho, ho.
Very nice.
Thank you. Wow, that was kind of good.
It was.
Anyway, so I thought, God, whore, blah, 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 all that stuff you say about people when you first judge them. And then now it's come out. The poor girl, honest to God, is a victim. He told her that he had never been married.
Right.
He told her that that he was falling in love with her, all this stuff. I mean, she only knew him as this guy that she said she went to dinner with him. They really they kicked it off. They hit it off, and then they had a couple more dates, and then they started having a relationship,
Right.
a sexual relationship. And then he, at one dinner, broke down in tears and said to her, I have something to tell you. I know the holidays are coming up, and there's something I've been hiding. And she said, what? Well, I was married once, and my wife passed away, and this is my first holidays without my wife, and I just don't know how I'm going to deal with it. So that, she said, he was going through a hard time, so he could explain his absences, like
Right.
I'm just having a bad time, but really he was at home with the missus. I mean, how do you pull that off?
See, that's like that guy hacking.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
No, it's not. That guy was like he was being a guy. He was
Who?
lying like a guy.
No.
Peterson.
No, you lie like a guy to get laid once, maybe twice.
Yeah.
You don't try and hide a
No,
family.
he was keeping it on the side. He was making it happen.
No.
Keeping it on the side is a girl willing to do it.
Right, you have an affair. An
Yeah.
affair is fine. I mean, not fine. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like an affair, okay, then you know he's married. That's the whole thing. If you're going to start a relationship with somebody where you love them
You
and
can't hide a whole family.
People do. How many women have we had call the show saying, I've got a guy that disappears every holiday and every this, and
Exception to
we're
the
like, hey,
rule.
he's married. Get a clue. It happens.
Right.
Guys do
Well,
it.
Well,
Yes,
is
it
that the
happens.
conversation? It happens, or is the conversation you try and hide a newly pregnant wife by saying your wife is dead,
Dead.
and think you can
Yeah.
have that double
We'll
life?
fight you.
He
You're
did
not,
it.
You're not. Yeah, he did it, and his wife's dead,
Successfully.
and you're saying he's normal.
If he hadn't have killed his wife, he would have totally got away with his double relationship.
Wow,
thing.
if the sun hadn't come up, it would be night.
hey, are you guys fighting?
No,
Okay.
because he'd have to have at least the semblance of a point for me to be
The
fighting.
point
with
is,
him.
a lot of guys do that. It is normal.
go ahead. He challenged you.
Name one guy. There's 3 guys in the room. Find one.
It's just okay. Sorry, and we're all talking about this Lacey Peterson thing and how people can hide their lives, or if they can hide their lives. I mean, the fact that the Scott Peterson, and it's that same Jeffrey Dahmer thing. He was a good kid, never seemed like he liked
Right.
flesh, didn't even eat beef jerky as a kid, or pork rinds.
Right.
Nothing. There
Not
were
a
no
skin,
signs.
Just not a skin eater.
Yeah, not at all. Even took the skin off the chicken.
Right.
So we had no idea. But anyway, it's the same kind
And
of
then
thing.
he boned it.
The Scott Peterson seemed to be a good guy. Obviously not. Seemed to be a great guy and married his lovely wife. Had her pregnant. Got her pregnant, not had her.
Right.
Got her pregnant, and then the next thing you know, he's with this other girl, meets her, says he's not married. Then later on, during the holidays, says, I have something to tell you. The holidays are so hard for me. Thus, a way to cover up why he's leaving a lot.
Right. I hate when
she's dead.
I hate this when this happens on the show, when we get into an argument or a discussion like we did with Stench. And he said, there are guys. Well, of course there are guys. That just doesn't make it the norm. It's, if you're going to have an affair, you have an affair or you don't have an affair. The guy that says his current and pregnant wife, who lives in his home and he leaves for work in the morning, that human being, when he says she just died and let's have a love affair, that steps over normal lying like a guy and goes into some sort of insanity that you can pull this off.
I think what Stench is saying, and I don't know what he's saying. A lot of the time, I have no idea what he's saying.
It's
I mean,
usually
I have
just very loud.
no idea. Usually never, in
Right.
fact. Once I knew what he was saying.
Was it goodbye? Because I can tell when that huge ass is walking out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I knew.
Actually, I didn't even understand the word goodbye, but when I saw the ass, I went, oh, he meant goodbye.
I think what he's saying is that he himself is a liar, and so he knows that he I might as well just do this.
Yeah, go ahead,
I know,
what
watch
the
here we go. He's a liar, you see, Dan, and he knows how easy it is to lie to women and fake things and lie
Right.
about things and have affairs. I mean,
I'm with him up to that point.
and say, well, this I think is what he meant. A lot of men are saying, I'm leaving my wife.
Right.
And are never,
Absolutely. And are
gonna
never leaving
leave
their wives.
Right. And they can pull that crap
Right.
off. I agree with you about it. It's hard to hide a whole family, but
And anybody that tried it, now imagine, forget that we have the radio show, just, you know what I mean, where I can't just kill Gretchen off. But I live in a nice home with a couple of kids. I can't just start an affair and say, oh, my wife died. That girl can never come over, can never see where I live. You know what I mean?
well, right. I understand what you're saying, but for example, my girlfriend that works, well, it doesn't matter where she works. She found out that her boyfriend of 7 years, remember, had a child in Florida and was writing to the child and going to
Right.
see the child. And he'd say he was on a tour date or whatever. He had a baby in Florida.
But that's kind of lying like a guy. The child's out of state.
There's a human being.
Right, but it's a child out of state in somebody else's custody. You don't have to return home to it every single night.
Right. I understand what you're saying, but that has been a movie of the week, what Stench is talking about.
Right,
a lot of
absolutely.
movies of the week over the time.
But so was the one where Farrah Fawcett sewed him to the sheets and set him on fire. It's just not normal.
No, normal is objective.
Or subjective. Yeah, you're right.
And how normal do you want to go? Because I mean, theoretically, the normal should be you're married and happy and don't cheat at all.
No,
and then
the
if we're going on personal experiences, then because you said I don't know anybody, None of my friends cheat on their wives. So if we're going then, in my world, nobody cheats.
And
No,
normal
'cause
is they don't
statistically,
cheat.
statistically, more people cheat than don't.
Well,
right?
Not in
70% according to you.
No,
Not
60%. 60%.
No,
I
but
according
looked
to
it up,
everything's
remember?
70.
It was 25%.
Is that, I thought it was,
we
No,
found
'cause
it
you guys
because you
got in a
made up
huge
this
fight,
thing, and so
yeah.
I looked it up because you kept
Remember?
making it this huge number.
I kept looking at
I
it.
know, but I think you're justified.
Whatever it is, a decent,
I do that too, Dan. It's okay.
a decent number of people or an indecent number of people.
Quarter amount of the people is a lot.
That's a lot, but I
Right,
guess it
but
doesn't make it the norm.
It's no 60%.
No, it's no 60%.
And you guys had this whole thing a couple of years ago, and then Jack pulled it out, and it was a whole thing. All right, anyway, but if we're going to talk about that, this is perfect. My God, this goes into what I was talking about with somebody yesterday, and I even gave it a name. I don't have an introduction, though. It's called, Hey, my life wasn't supposed to be like this. Dun, dun, dun.
Did it come in the mail?
No,
what come
no, that's Monday.
Jeez, I'm so excited.
Maybe you got an early copy of Spelunking today.
You know what's funny is everybody is off today. Do you notice today, like we are misunderstanding? And yesterday too, Chris Paddock said, "Well, about koozie cups." I'm like, I like koozie cups. And he's just sitting there. And then what was the other one? Angela said something, and Danny.
Oh, I know what it was.
I know what it was.
And we're talking about getting the Olympics. And she said, let's get somebody who's going already, and talk for a couple of minutes. And I'm just staring at her. And then you say, why don't we get somebody who's going already? And I said, well, that's a really good idea. But I had misunderstood. I thought she was talking about a reporter.
No, what we were going to do is anybody
Who's going.
Anybody that's going over there, we'll give them, a number to call us and give us a little update on what's.
I told that to my wife around 9 o'clock last night. I just looked her straight in the eye, and she had been talking, and the kids had been talking, and you had been talking, and John had been talking. I just looked at her and I went, have I gotten away with this today? And she said, what? I said, I don't really understand things.
Yeah, you did get away
I was
with it,
having
kinda.
I even called Angela later about something else, and I said, by the way, if I zoned on you in that meeting, sorry, I've been having a very difficult day.
Yeah, it was, we're all a little off. In fact, somebody thought that there was a new show on UPN called Too Hot for Socks. It's like about men that don't wear socks because they think they're too hot for socks. And it was a total misunderstanding. That's not what it was about at all. You were in that meeting.
I was?
Yes.
Was it yesterday?
Yes.
Oh, I'm blurry.
You even made comments.
On Too Hot for Socks?
Yes.
No, I have no recollection whatsoever.
Wow, that's scary.
No, I got an excuse these days. I'm not sleeping
Yeah, I
real
had
well.
an excuse too, but I still remember crap.
No, I'm
We all
hazy.
have people that die, but we still remember stuff.
I remember specifically the not hearing her part of the idea about somebody who's going already, but I don't remember Too Hot for Socks.
Oh, it was a fun moment. Tonight on UPN, Too Hot for Socks?
Well, since I don't remember it at all, repeat it later so I can get the chuckle.
Well, just tell Chris Paddock. He's the producer of it. Tonight on UPN, Too Hot for Socks. It's
Okay.
about men that don't like to wear socks. And Chris Paddock is starring in
I
it.
can't be in it.
Right? He's starring in it? Yeah. All right, anyway, so going back to my whole thing. All right, so anyway, we are going to talk about, hey, my life wasn't supposed to be like this. Actually,
play.
it was, this is all based on yesterday, and I will change up everything to protect the innocent. There is a female friend of mine, and she was married to a nice guy, and everything was working out just fine. They had 3 gorgeous daughters, and life was wonderful. And then one day, he was shooting at the hay, and he found a weenie and decided he liked it.
I think I get the end result, but I don't understand shooting at hay.
It was nothing. All right. So anyway, so he ran off with another man. Not ran off. He blatantly.
Yeah.
And
He walked off into the sunset.
Right. And now those 2 men have adopted 2 kids. And she called me the other day and she said, well, it was yesterday. And she said, it's just so weird. I have 3 gorgeous little girls. I'm remarried. We have 1 on the way. And now they have a half brother and a half sister that have been adopted by their father and his lover.
Right.
She said, my life was not supposed to be like this. There are now going to be 4 or 5, 6 kids that are entwined in 2 men that are
Right.
married, supposedly, and a husband and wife. 4 kids, they're half brothers and sisters, gay lovers. And she's like, my life was never supposed to be like this. I was supposed to be married with my 3 girls to my husband. We were supposed to have a fence. She said it didn't even have to be picket.
Right.
It could have been that weird log, like, kind of stuff,
I hate that, though.
Me too.
Because I always try to do that one myself because it looks easy.
It does look easy.
You can't do it.
Well, I always wonder because you have to kind of turn it sideways and then lock it or something.
Yeah, it can't be done.
Yeah, it looks hard. But anyway.
You know who I bet could play? Unfortunately, they have to sneak into the country first. My brother Anthony can totally play, hey, my life was not supposed to be like this.
Can't we all really?
Yeah, I play in a really weird way, I think, though.
I mean, I think we all have,
Jack can play.
I was like,
totally.
Yeah.
It's better than I expected.
Well, no,
Mine too.
it is better, but you never expected to knock up some chick and then marry her.
No, I expected to die in a drunken stupor.
Well, right.
Dude, that's how mine was supposed to
But
go.
it doesn't even matter if it turned out better or not. It's like when you played with Barbie and who'd you play with?
I had adventure people.
Well, I don't think one of their adventures was having unwed sex and a baby and the whole thing. And I mean, I had Barbie and Ken. I didn't have Barbie at 35. Walking around going, I really did want 3 kids.
Hey, people will be able to see this live. When I'm dancing around in a penis outfit at a party in Vegas, I often think,
Hey, that's not supposed to be my
Not
life.
true. You can't die in a drunken stupor and think you might not end up wearing a penis suit somewhere.
I never played with that toy as a kid.
I know. She's like, okay. That's a whole different thing. Well, because I was going to talk about it, I thought, well, that's a whole different Oprah. That'll start something all different that we'll be arguing about. Here is the deal. First of all, I must tell you that Justin Timberlake and Cameron Diaz are supposedly going to get married.
Yeah, apparently he asked mom for permission, asked her parents for permission, and was
like
given
that.
the green light. But his grandma called her a hoe bag.
That woman's nuts.
The grandma said she's too old. What's he want an old bat like that for?
By the time he's her age, she'll be in her 40s. Yeah, she said, supposedly she said, what does an old bag like that, what will he do with an old bag? She is like...
Some of us don't think of in your 40s as an old bag.
Anyway, yeah, she's like 32, something like that, and he's what, 25?
I guess, I don't...
Is that right?
So in the ballpark.
24, 25? Yeah. So 7-8 years apart? I like them together, to be honest with you.
I think I like him more than I like her, but I don't know why I'm not just bowled over by her. She seems sweet.
I just like them together. It seems like I like smiley couples.
Yeah, and they're a smiley couple.
Yeah.
And he seems like a gentleman.
Supposedly they're going to get married and live happily ever after. And I think that's just terrific. And I'm telling you something, this is just my guess. Britney Spears is going to be institutionalized.
Well, Britney Spears is going to be institutionalized was my guess a month ago. I just mean quicker.
I think that she screwed over this dude, had an affair or whatever. Not that I care, but I'm just going to give you my analysis.
I care.
Affleck. That's who she cheated with.
I don't know that to be true. I heard it was Colin.
No, it was Ben Affleck.
All right. Well, look at us with the celebrity gossip. We're all old people trying to figure out what the hell Britney's boning. We're pathetic.
What's pathetic is I'm willing to admit that I'm actually interested in who Britney's boning.
Don't you hate that?
Yes.
Oh, my God. I was with some people. I was like, do we have to talk about celebrities? I mean, look at you guys. And then I just didn't want to play with him, but then I did. But the deal is that I think she really loved him and then thought, I can have you, I'm Britney. And then boned somebody else, and he's like, bye-bye.
And then he became the biggest star in the world.
Mm-hmm. That's real wrong. And now he's going to marry Cameron Diaz, like her a lot, like the smiley couple, and now she's just going to go nuts.
So Cameron and Justin probably can't play My Life Wasn't Supposed to Go Like This, but Britney can.
I bet they can. You know why? Because I bet Cameron Diaz never, ever in her life. For example, me, I never in my life thought I'd date anybody younger.
Right, okay.
So I bet in her life of when she played Barbies, I bet Ken was not 8 years younger than her.
But neither of them probably, thought they'd marry another superstar. But all superstars that I've ever talked to or heard of is, I always knew I was destined to be an actor and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they do say that.
Yeah.
All right, when we come back, we see all your phone calls of, hey, my life wasn't supposed to turn out like this. We got our own crap going on in this room. Believe me, all of us can pretty much play. I mean, think about your own lives, and you had Barbie and Ken. And now act out your life with them in your head. Ooh. So funny. Stench and I are just talking about, hey, my life wasn't supposed to... Wait, how did I write that down? Hey, my life wasn't supposed to be like this.
I think you actually wrote it. Hey!
Hi! It's funny because I think, for the most part... except for Jack. All of us grew up in pretty conventional families. What I'm saying is a mom and a dad, and they were married forever.
23 years, I think my mom and dad were married.
Yeah, so, they had their kids. They had their, 2 to 4 kids or whatever, raised them in a house, and then they went off to college, and, that was supposed to be the way it was. There was always exceptions to the rules, but it seemed like back then it was way more conventional. And I don't know if you're like me, but now a lot of my friends live such funky ass lives. I mean, Audrey with two dads, 2 different kids.
Yep.
To a lot of my girlfriends a lot older than their parents when obviously, the moms got married at 23.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and
70% of people are getting married later in life.
I just don't know a whole lot of people whose lives actually went like it was supposed to be. The Barbie, the Ken, the Corvette, the dream house.
Isn't the way things were supposed to be, hasn't that changed? Like, isn't it different the way things are supposed to be from the 50s?
I guess the conventional way you thought it was supposed to go, which I'm talking about is married with kids in a house and what?
Although she's just starting, does Monica count? She married her high school sweetheart.
Yeah, she does count. You're right. That is true. She is one of those people. And my sister is one of those people, too. I guess when you grow up, you want to marry a husband, have some kids. But Stench is having guilt.
What about?
I have guilt. Okay, not about my own life. That was my own.
You have
my own
guilt
working.
about my life?
You should have guilt about your life because
It's
you
your
know
fault.
why? You should have never got a divorce.
Oh, shut up.
I'm just telling you. I never planned on it.
No, I never planned on divorce. I never thought so. I know my life shouldn't have turned out like this, but right now my life is good and I'm happy. So maybe it turned out in the end
For a reason, right.
Yeah, like I wanted it
All
to.
right, so what's your guilt?
My parents. Here's my mom's 56, my dad's 60.
God, your parents are young.
and they got married, and you got to think, they got married and they were really young. They moved from Alabama to California to have a better life. They raised their kids. They put us through private school. Everything was great. They're still married to this day. And then these damn kids start having kids, and then divorces, and my parents have
Right.
4 grandchildren with 3 different baby mamas, and then another.
So their lives weren't supposed to, because
Totally.
they did
Wow.
it right.
That's unfair.
That's funny.
Take an old guy and make his life not turn out when his life was just cruising?
Yeah, and they did it exactly how, quote unquote, you're supposed to. And now they're all, oh, that's funny.
That's not fair. They do all the good stuff. They skip by on all this crap we're pulling, and it turns out we affect their golden years.
Yeah.
They've got it bad too. They've got my situation with an ex and my kid, which they get caught in the middle of a lot. They have my brother's ex-wife who's at their house every damn day with kids that aren't even related to us, leaving them over there, and then me fighting with him about the ex being over there with the kids, and then my brother's 2 kids that come in and out, and his wife, and that whole drama. Insane.
But
my
then,
poor parents.
then there's the other side of that. Okay, so they never planned that, right?
Right.
So obviously, because there's issues there. But then there's also, if my sister never had kids, I'm sure my mom and dad, because I was talking to a girlfriend yesterday, and they're always like, when are you having kids? When are you going to have kids? And she is my age, and her sister is 40, and neither one of them have had kids.
Right.
And her mom and dad are flipping out because they didn't plan this. Their 35-year-old daughter and their 40-year-old daughter haven't had kids, and they're like, dude, we're going to die.
I think a lot of people have kids for their parents.
I do, too.
I absolutely do. When are you going to give us grandchildren?
And she's like, it's actually, she was a producer for the Sharon Osbourne show. She's like, I'm 35, my sister's 40. We're not going to just pop out a kid. So our parents are like, okay, well, that's how we planned it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just thought that was so funny. But her parents are the same way. I mean, opposite of yours.
Yeah.
Because you guys are drama. I don't know which one they'd rather
You guys
pick.
are drama.
But they feel like they're being left out. They're in their 60s and they have no kids,
And it's their
grandkids.
kids' fault. Their life went like it was supposed to outside of their damn kids who didn't
Right.
give them grandkids.
Right. Oh, it's all a mess. It just, I don't know, it is. Damn it.
Wow.
All right, here's somebody that wants to play, hey, my life wasn't supposed to turn out like this. Not that it's a game, it's just reality, that's all.
Right, but since we've given it a title,
Yeah, but
it's now something.
No, but I mean, I realized I called it a game, but it's actually our lives and their lives. And this is like, it can't be a game because it's sad.
The title of whatever it is implies that it should be bad news.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that's not
Can't you have
good.
won the lottery? Call and go, hey, I was a dirt farmer, and now I won the lottery, and hey, my life wasn't supposed to go like this.
But you know what? When I was thinking about it, when Barbie and Ken were playing together, I think she was about 35. And you know what? She never really married Ken. True?
True.
So maybe this is the way it was when I played, because she didn't pop out a kid either.
You know
I
what?
played exactly how I'm living.
When you explain your lifestyle by the Barbies you played with 20 years ago, I don't think you're playing right.
They have
Uh-huh.
pregnant Barbie, don't they?
Well, I didn't have her.
They also have wheelchair Barbie.
And I didn't have her either. Melissa,
Yeah.
What Barbie did you have?
what did you play with? How did you think your life was going to end?
I had a baby. That's my new Barbie.
But I mean, okay, first tell us what you thought your life would be and what it is.
I thought I was going to go to college and get a good job and just be able to party whenever I wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
And what happened?
I got pregnant at 17,
Ooh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
right in the middle of high school.
Yep. Condom Barbie hadn't come out yet.
Right. By the way, if you were 17 right in the middle of high school, life wasn't
I
going to go
was
that well
actually
anyway.
on birth control, but they stopped taking my insurance, so I guess I just didn't care anymore. And I thought he was going to be there for me, but you know how that goes.
And how old are you now? 17 and a half?
I'm 18 now.
Okay.
18.
Wow.
How old's the baby?
She is a year and a half.
She could be almost
All
19.
right.
I saw the wheels are turning.
Yeah, but I didn't go to math college.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're 18. You're a mom. Do you have a job?
Yeah, I do. I'm working full-time at a gas station right now. My grandpa's actually my manager.
Grandpa's life didn't turn out like I thought it would.
Yep.
Wow. Does Grandpa own the joint or he's manager?
He's actually, him and the person who owns it are working together on it right now. So he
So no.
personally owns it, I guess you would say.
No, you
No.
either say or you don't say. You don't
So
guess.
Grandpa doesn't own it.
Grandpa works at a gas station.
Runs it.
He's putting money into the store, though. He's putting his money into the store.
Oh.
Grandma works at a gas station and he's getting robbed.
All right. It's a NASDAQ gas
Wow.
Yeah.
station. Wow.
So do we give a prize to the person who loses this game?
No.
I think we have to. I
Wow.
do.
Well, she's the first call today, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. Oh, I'm sorry, Jack. I didn't even do that. Yeah. But we can't give her the 42 below New Zealand vodka.
No.
She's 18.
Why don't we give it to her grandpa who could probably use it? By the way, how old is your grandfather?
Your
He's
age.
63.
Her grandfather's 63.
Oh, her grandfather. How's your dad?
How old is my dad? I think he's like 39.
He's your age.
And he's the grandpa.
No, he's the dad. 39, he's the
I'm
dad.
sorry.
63
My mom
is the
was
He's the
grandpa.
grandpa at 39.
Oh, he is now? Right,
Yeah.
right.
So her the baby's
the
great.
great-grandfather, 63.
Baby's great grandpa. 63. Don't tell anybody because I think it's really smart.
We're going to do it for
Just-
the website.
No, I think you should do it in real life, but don't tell anybody.
Okay.
Yeah, don't tell anybody.
I'm not kidding because you.
It's weird.
I
is
didn't hear it.
weird.
I was reading.
Sometimes-
Motley Crue's getting an award.
No, you heard it. What award?
Actually, it's just Vince. It says, I suppose, congratulations.
Millennium Award?
Are in order for Motley Crue singer, surreal life superstar Vince Neil. He's getting a special rock and roll award at the 12th annual Night Moves Adult Entertainment Award Show. Goes on September 20th.
Adult Entertainment.
That's what it says.
Remember, Heidi got him the Millennium Award because a record hadn't gone gold or platinum in a while, so she had one made.
That was sweet of her.
Yeah, I guess. It's like giving you a trophy when you didn't win.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't know he didn't win.
Yeah, she made it up.
Right.
He
But
knew
he
that-
still thinks he got a Millennium Award.
No, he knows she made it up.
Oh.
There is no Millennium
Well,
Award.
that's just sad.
Anyway, all right. Hey, my life wasn't supposed to be like this. We're talking to people about how you played with your Barbies, what you thought your life would be, how you planned it, blah, blah, blah. And, obviously when you're a little kid, everything is fantasy. And I'm just using that as a reference. But really, it's more like you thought your life kind of would be like your parents, You'd get married and you'd marry your maybe high school sweetheart, your college sweetheart. You'd have a couple of kids and you'd live happily ever after. And nobody in this room is living the Same.
Yeah, but I never thought it.
Well, right. You should have gone kind of the opposite.
I first thought, well, I didn't really even give it any thought. After the Partridge Family, I didn't give any thought, well, hey, my life will continue like this. But when I was a drug addict, I thought, I'm for sure, and even tried to make it happen, die in a gunfight. That somebody would shoot me dead in a bad neighborhood.
So yours is actually kind of weird and twisted because your life wasn't supposed to end up like this.
Sometimes
Which
I
is
actually,
normal.
you know that
Okay.
Talking Heads song, This Is Not My Beautiful House, This Is Not My Beautiful Wife? I swear to God, sometimes I'll pull into my home and I just go, how did any of this happen? This wasn't supposed to happen.
Wow, well, yours is a good one, and that's
Yeah.
good because we're bringing Robert down.
Right. Yeah, no, my life turned out. First, the fact that there is a life to have turned out, huge shock. Wasn't supposed to turn out at all. I was supposed to be a really good story on E, although it was supposed to be before E happened. Like Access Hollywood would ever say, a guy from the Partridge Family was found shot to death in a drug-infested neighborhood. That was my entire plan.
Right.
And now I go all home to my...
Everything's good.
I actually got to say this yesterday to someone. I'm a little bit concerned about Dad's memorial. I'm the only sober male, nonviolent Bonaducci, and I've only got a few months at that. I'm
What
nervous.
about the religious one?
Yeah, what about him? He's just religious. Throw a couple shooters in the religious one. He's the religious one a-swinging.
I gotcha. I decided not to think of mine as negative because, my life wasn't supposed to be 35 years old and single. And,
Right.
And, in my head, I was getting married and have kids and all that stuff. And then Robert just said to me, I said, well, mine didn't turn out like this. I was just talking to him off the air. And he goes, well, make it happen. I go, you know what sucks about, my wasn't supposed to make this happen? I mean, this wasn't supposed to happen.
Right.
It's not in my power really to make what's gonna, what I want in life. I can't.
Right.
Does that
but
make
I
sense?
think you can play twice. You're from a town of 600 people. You do morning radio in Los Angeles, California, and live beach adjacent.
Yeah, I
You
mean
know,
that part is
you
good.
could do it the other way.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
could go the other direction. I mean, the fact that you're single and don't have a kid, and you thought you would when you played with Ken and Barbie, but you probably also never thought, you know what? I'm going to be the morning show in L.A. and live beach adjacent where the weather is perfect.
Well, yeah, I guess so. There is both angles. Yeah, because I sacrificed for one and did the, because
Right.
I had the opportunity.
Right, you did. You did, in fact, have one.
I did have the opportunity. Grass is always greener on the other side, kind of thing. But it's really funny because Robert's like, "Well, go out there." And I'm like, "I can't just walk down the street." And go, okay. I mean, I could.
Yeah, you could.
But that's not the life I want either.
Right.
Excuse me, I'd like to be married and have 3 kids. And I'm 35 and the eggs are starting to go rotten.
Can I tell you something from the voice of experience?
Yes.
3 kids is a lot.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how one goes.
Go
well,
with
let's
2.
just see if even one goes.
No, you got to do the one, and the one will make you want to do another. But then stifle any ambition you have at number 3. Just go. You know what? That's enough.
I keep that in mind.
Dude,
Because I'll just give
I'm
you a
telling you
little
this as your
insight.
friend.
Okay.
Right. Somewhere at 3 a.m, somebody will be screaming, "Go get your nuts chopped off. This is never happening again."
Right.
Wow, does
I'll
that happen
just
just
let
with
you
one?
know. Yes.
Yeah, my wife lent them back to me for baby number 2, and then went, all right, now give them back and never use them again.
Here's Tammy. Hi, Tammy.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi.
What up, Tammy?
Well, here's my life. I was married for 4.5 years, and my husband actually recently died in April, and I have a 13-month-old daughter now. This is never what I imagined my life to be.
Hey, Tammy.
Yeah.
This is gonna sound awkward and unkind, but winner.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. I got to do the slightest bit
sorry.
of investigation. How did your husband die?
He actually died by suicide.
See, I got to go with he's the winner.
How about a little PSA? Depression, suicide, get some treatment, please, because I never imagined my life to be like this at 28 with a daughter. So
I think that is probably true, but imagine him growing up, because we're playing with the Ken and Barbies.
Yeah.
Imagine him
Yeah.
at one day saying, one day I'm going to be so depressed I'm going to kill myself and leave a young wife and child. His
Yeah.
life really didn't go the way he planned, I'll bet.
no, definitely not either.
I don't
So-
know. Sometimes I played Suicide Ken, because I drop him off the little banister and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know I was playing Suicide Ken, but he just
Yeah.
fall off.
Did he leave a note?
Did he leave a
No.
note? No?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
What, had he threatened it? I always wonder about that.
No, he fought depression for many years, and at the time he was not on any medication, although he had been at some point. But he had a job, he had a loving wife and a beautiful daughter.
He had it all and didn't see it.
Yeah, didn't see it.
Isn't that the most bizarre thing when they have it all and they can't see it?
Yeah, it is.
So when you met him, was he? Well, I mean, not that he was depressed because he met you. All my words are coming out wrong, Tammy. I'm so sorry. Okay.
I'm going to do things wrong, too. I'm going to stop taking my medication and shoot Jack.
Tammy, when you met him, was he depressed? See?
No.
Did he suffer from depression when you met him? That doesn't even sound right.
At the time, no. We dated for 2 years before we got married, and actually after we got married, he did go into a depression. Yeah, great. But he came out of it, and we were married for 4.5 years.
Well,
and
apparently he didn't really come out of it.
well, they go through cycles. So he did. He came out of that, and we lived very happily, and we have a beautiful daughter. But he went back into another depression and couldn't get out of it.
And you couldn't shake his funk?
Yeah, couldn't get it.
You're right about the cycles, though.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because I have always been one of those guys that couldn't see it either. But with the
Yeah.
death of my father, when you really have something tangible to be sad about,
Right.
like all the stuff that you used to be depressed about, you just kind of feel ridiculous about.
Right,
Well,
absolutely.
tell her that now.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Well, I was supposed to tell him.
people say to me, I just don't understand it because, I get depressed and I go up to my room and I cry and then I'm over it and
I
I'm
know.
fine. But it's just a whole nother world. And so many people don't understand it. And
I mean-
I didn't understand it.
And by the way, think of the life she had with him as well. I mean,
Right.
that wasn't the life she's supposed to have.
Your
Trying to-
life was not supposed to turn out like this,
I mean,
Tammy.
trying to get him
No.
out of his old thing. And how did he do it?
He shot himself.
Oof.
Balls
yeah.
out, man.
In your
Yeah.
house?
No, it was outside and back behind my house. So
Are you going to move?
eventually, but right now this is home. All my family's in Nevada, so I'll eventually move up there. But I'm still just dealing with this, so I
How
can't
long ago
make
was
any
this?
changes. I'm sorry.
When did this happen?
It happened in April.
Whoa, you're really strong.
Well, you do what you got to do. I have a daughter, and I have to thank God for her. I would not know what to do without her. She makes me move in the
Right,
morning when I
right.
don't want to.
Did you find him?
No, somebody else did. And when I came home, the guy was there. It happened like 5 minutes before I had gotten home.
Wow.
So
that's great.
they were able to take him to the hospital, and I was with him when he passed in the hospital. But
Well, so there's that like beacon of like niceness or something, right? Yay.
Yeah, he lingered.
I don't know. I don't know. Yes and no. It sucks either way. No matter what, it just sucks.
Well,
I
Tammy,
mean, you can search for the light at the end of the tunnel all day, but if it's
I
a
was
cave,
just-
it's a cave.
I know I was
Yeah.
just trying to find something.
No, I know. I just wanted to call because it's
I'm
not
just trying to
what I
find
ever
anything for
imagined.
you, Tammy. Just anything. Hey, Tammy, you know what? By the way, I cannot believe how strong of a person you are, and congratulations on being such a great mom.
Well, thank you.
I
I,
mean,
have a lot of family and support who've just been amazing, and yeah. In fact, with all the holidays coming up, I've got like something planned every single month just to keep myself busy and something to look forward to. And then Christmas time, I don't want to do Christmas, so my mom and daughter and I are going to Hawaii.
Well, good for you. Yay for Tammy.
Yay
All
for
right.
Tammy.
Hold on, Tammy. We're going to send you a lay.
I was just thinking something just dreadful.
Don't. Because I really
It's not about Tammy.
think she's awesome.
So do I.
What?
I just think we should save that call for posterity